You must get out of the way. It's you that's the problem. You have gotten so comfortable. You've gotten so used to identifying with this 3D reality that you think that you're this physical body, this person, and you have to gain. You have to identify and feel recognition from others. You have to feel validated in this 3D reality by the car you drive, the money that you earn, that you have, the job that you have, the relationship that you're in, the way that you conduct yourself. You have to validate yourself on external things. But that's not the way. When you live in that manner, you're going to be very swayed by what's taking place outside of you, by what people say about you, by how you appear, by what you have, how you dress, all of these things that are going to strip your happiness away, strip your joy, your peace, because you're needing all these things outside of you. When you realize that you are not this body, you are not this physical being, you are a spiritual being, you are pure, formless energy. You are infinite intelligence, you are God, source, whatever you want to call it. You are not this. And when we stop identifying with this physical reality, this 3D world, we transcend our physical self, our physical being, and we stop identifying, we stop getting into arguments, we stop feeling lack. All of these things, we're kinder to other people. We are able to live a more fulfilled life because we know that this is a blessing. We know that this life is a blessing. We know that this moment is all we have, and tomorrow's not guaranteed. So enjoy the moment. Be in this moment. Love this moment. Love yourself in this moment. Don't feel bad about yourself because you don't have these things. Because even when you have these things, you could go talk to someone who has these things. They're going to tell you, it's really whatever. You know, I've had money. I've had a Rolex. I've had cars. All these things that I thought was going to bring me over the moon, but they didn't end up doing what I thought they would. And then I realized, oh my gosh, these things are cool, but they're whatever. They're really whatever when you realize they're not going to bring you that. So you're kind of like, well, yeah, it's cool, but whatever. You know, I pulled up in a Ford Raptor and I go and get lunch with a friend, and someone came out and they're like, oh, that's such a cool truck. I met up with my buddy's friend, and he said, oh, that's such a cool truck. Dang, I want one of those. And I was driving my dad's truck, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, it doesn't even feel like anything. Like, you're making this all up in your head. Like, the whole idea of what's it gonna be like when I have that, or I'm like that. And you create this whole illusion in your mind, and then when you get there, you're just disappointed. Because you're like, oh my gosh, like I thought it was gonna be all like this, but it's not. So what is it? It's transcending yourself, getting all of these aspects of you, of yourself, out of the way. When you realize that, then you're able to actually talk to someone and be nice to them and help them through whatever they're going through, or be there for them with whatever they're going through, because you're no longer thinking about yourself, because you realize that you aren't anything. You're nothing. You're pure formless energy. You're God. You're part of this infinite intelligence, this collective consciousness then you actually realize that you're not this person. And when you realize that, then you start to tap into this power and you let this power flow through you. You're letting this power flow through you. This power only knows abundance, no limitation, kindness, love, appreciation, joy, fulfillment. Because I've found that most of us are sacrificing our joy in this moment, our fulfillment in this moment, for some instant pleasure, for some minuscule pleasure that's just going to get us on the hamster wheel and separate us from this power, separate us from this fulfillment, separate us from our life's purpose. Because we're just thinking about, oh, I want to get this pleasure right now. And you think that that excitement is what you really want. Oh yeah, oh, that was so great. But it's not. You don't even want that. Your soul doesn't even want that. Your people don't even want that for you. Because they know it's a dead-end road. You're going to do those drugs. You're going to go drink. You're going to go watch pornography. And you think that it's going to bring you this joy. But it's so momentary and it's so fleeting that it's worthless. It's so worthless when you realize the deep sense of fulfillment that you have when you actually live your life's purpose and you start walking in alignment with your higher self. When you start walking in alignment with your higher self, you find this fulfillment that nothing in this life, nothing in this world can replicate. That's the only thing that we're really after, is living in alignment with our higher self. Living our life's purpose, walking our path. When you realize that that's the only thing that's worthy in this life, then you cut out all the drugs, all the alcohol, all the pornography, all the hate, all the judgment, all the jealousy, envy, selfishness. You cut out all of these things. It's such a wonderful life when you start to live like that, because then you start to let this energy flow. You let this energy flow. I didn't even know what I was going to come on here and even talk to you about. But I just knew I was going to get on here and just let it flow. I know it's there. It's there within you. You just have to get out of the way. You get out of the way by dropping all the vices, dropping all the negative habits, all the negative behaviors, negative actions. That's not doing anything good for you. That's not propelling you towards the fulfillment of your desire, of your life's purpose. And you know how you know that? Is through regret. Regret is your guideline. When you allow regret to be your guideline, you will start to eliminate all these things in your life that you regret. So if you regret eating food late at night, watching TV till 10 o'clock, not getting to bed till 11, and having to wake up early and be tired, you're going to regret staying up late and eating that shit. So what do? You work at eliminating it from your life. So no longer do that. The next time that comes up, that thought comes up, 9:30 hits that next night, you say, oh, I don't want to do that same thing as last night. I'm going to go brush my teeth and go to bed, right? So then you start eliminating these things out of your life and you start freeing up energy. You free up this energy for this consciousness, this source energy, this infinite intelligence to flow through you. And the more you flow, the more you let it flow, the happier you become, the healthier you become, the wealthier you become, because you're not strapped thinking that you need all these things for you to feel good. Because when you're in a good vibration, that means when you're in a good feeling, your vibration is your feeling. So how you are feeling is your vibration. That's how you know what your vibration is. So when you're feeling good and you're in this good vibration, other people can feel that. they're affected by that. They like that. They gravitate towards that. They're attracted to that because you're in a good vibration. They want to be around that. But if you're in a bad vibration, you could tell right when you walk into the room and you see someone in a bad vibration. You could just feel it. You're like, oh, I don't want to say anything to this person. I don't want to interact with this person. Let me just get the furthest away that I can. Or when a spam call calls your phone, you could just tell by the way that the person's talking and their voice, you could just tell the vibration that they're in, and you're immediately like, click, I don't want to talk to that person. You can tell the vibration. This whole universe is energy. And you're able to pick up on people's energies right away without you even thinking. You just feel it. You may not even be around, you may not even see them. You can just feel it. So start living in alignment with your higher self by removing these things, these negative behaviors, the vices, the things that are pleasurable now, but you regret later, right? They're instant gratification, but you end up regretting later. You end up finding a deep sense of regret or frustration or pain that you went through that you made that choice. But that's where you start to choose purpose over pleasure. And you start to say, oh, I don't want to watch porn. I don't want to do drugs. I don't want to drink. It's not going to do what I think it's going to, what I think it's going to do for me. So I'm not even going to do that. And as you do that, as you start saying no to those things, what happens? You start to raise your vibration, raise your frequency, and start living a better life. You start enjoying your life. You start being grateful for things in your life. You start feeling like you actually don't even need anything because you feel so good as you are. A lot of the times people get things like watches, cars, they buy expensive things thinking that it's going to fill this void, but it doesn't do it. So they're just constantly in this hamster wheel of needing to buy the next thing, keeping up with the latest and greatest because they feel this void inside. They don't realize it's their daily habits, their daily process that's causing them to feel that void. So when you start going through adversity and you start overcoming yourself, you realize you don't need anything. You find so much joy in overcoming yourself and facing that adversity that you start raising your frequency and you realize that that's where the true power is at, in raising your frequency. That's why I'm here today sharing this with you. Today's been one of my hardest days, but I knew I had to continually push myself through that adversity, overcome it, and here I am putting out one of my best videos. I love you. Thank you for watching this. I'll see you next video. Check out my other social media handles, Michael Vincent Mindset. DM me on Instagram for coaching, and let's run it.